students. Welcome back to our online video session. I hope all are fine with good health. In the last few video sessions, we are been discussing your third chapter, Introduction to Database Management System. Now, we are going to continue in the same chapter with few more topics. Before getting inside this lesson, now you might have got an idea what is database, what is database management system, how the data are stored in database. Of course, data are stored in database in the form of tables, right? Now, you're going to learn the first topic for today's video session is XAMPP. Then designing databases. What is the use of structured query language? Types of SQL commands. We have 5 types of SQL commands. DDL. It stands for Data Definition Language. DML, Data Manipulation Language. DQL, Data Query Language. TCL, Transaction Control Language. DCL, Data Control Language. Right? XAMPP. XAMPP is one of your server software which will be installed, which should be installed in your system. Of course, what does XAMPP stands for? X stands for cross-platform. A stands for Apache server. M stands for MariaDB. First P stands for PHP. And the second P stands for Perl. So Apache server is one of your web server. MariaDB is your MySQL database. PHP is your server-side scripting language. Last year, you have studied your JavaScript, that is your client-side scripting language. This year, you're going to study about PHP, server-side scripting language, then a language called Perl. Right? XAMPP is one of the open source software developed by Apache Friends. These people have developed XAMPP. When you install XAMPP, your XAMPP will work like a local server. We can even call that server as a local web server to a machine. Right? Basically, XAMPP will be referred in the system by the name localhost or local server. And one biggest advantage of XAMPP is we say it's a cross-platform. That means we can use or we can install and use in Windows OS, Linux OS, and Mac OS. So we can call this as a cross-platform. We can use in any operating system. Designing databases. Of course, you know database is a place where we store all our data in the form of tables. So what they say is, what is designing database mean by? It's a process of creating, implementing, and maintaining the enterprise data in a system is known as designing of database. What does it mean by enterprise here? We can take as an organization. So for an organization, you can create database, you can implement database, and you can maintain the data in the database. So the performance and success of an application depends on good database design. If your database design is good, the applications what the organization is going to have will work very proper and good. Create conceptual design. Before you start or you plan to create a database design. This is the primary phase, the first step of creating a database design. What they say is we have to discuss about creation of databases, tables, and its columns and its data types. This must be discussed to create a conceptual design. Now below we have a small design stating about school database design. So what all the table school should contain, what all the things the office table should contain, what all the tables the group of school should contain, what does the location table should contain. All this are being related together. So creation of database involves tables, its columns, and its types. Tables, its columns, and its types. Are you clear? Three major parts that form database. To create database, we require three important things. Number one, tables. Why? Because you know, data are stored in database in form of tables. Number two, queries. Number three, views. Tables. Of course, you have got an idea before watching this video sessions, part 1 and part 2. Table is a structure which contains rows and columns. Similarly, they compare your table to an Excel worksheet. Of course, you have seen your OpenOffice Calc last year. That sheet is a combination of rows and columns. But in database tables, each row will be called as record and each column will be called as attribute. We are using the technical term here. Row in a table will be called as record. Column in a table will be called as attribute. Clear? Queries. Actually, what's the meaning of a query? Query means question. Question put to database and your database is going to reply for that question. Right? So a question may contain multiple conditions posted to database. If that records are there in a database, your database is going to respond to that query. So they say the records in database that satisfy the passed out conditions are retrieved. The queries, what all you create can be saved. The queries, what you save will be called in the term called views. So view is called set of stored queries. Query means question. You raise a question and you get an answer from database. That queries can be saved. Once you save these queries, that questions can be called as views. So they say what is views? A set of stored queries. Stored queries. Right? Now, how does a user communicate with database? Can the user communicate directly with database? Not possible. User can communicate with database by using a language called SQL. Of course, database is a place where we store all our data. But to retrieve the data or to update the data or to insert any new data, user must perform all this process with the help of the language called SQL. So we call that as structured query language, a language which is used for communicating with database, a language which is used for communicating with database. Clear? Between the user and database, we have a language called SQL. This language is used for what purpose? To communicate with database. Structured query language. What's the purpose? For accessing and manipulating database. Accessing meaning is to retrieve the data, we can say accessing. Manipulating, doing some process like updation or inserting or deleting, we can call that as manipulating, right? Then this language is recognized by American National Standard Institute in 1986 and by one more organization called International Organization for Standardization in 1987. This too have recognized SQL as one of the standard language for communicating with database. What SQL can do? What are the functions of an SQL? An SQL can execute queries against a database. What is query? I said you query is nothing but question. So it can raise questions to database. Retrieve data from database. It can get back the data what is stored in database. Insert and update records in database. New records can be inserted. Old records can be updated. Delete records from database. It can delete the unwanted records from database. Creates new databases. It can create new database spaces for storing new data, and it can create new tables in database. These are the functions of SQL, major functions of SQL, what SQL can do with database. Types of SQL command. We have 5 major categories of SQL command. Number 1, data definition language. Number 2, data manipulation language. Number 3, data query language. Number 4, transaction control language. Number 5, data control language. First, we will see what is data definition language in SQL. We use this DDL commands in SQL only for defining database schema. Schema is a word which represents a structure. See, if you create a table, it has got a structure. So to create structures, okay, to create structures and to modify structures in a database, we use this DDL commands, data definition language commands. So to define database and their schemas, we use DDL commands. What are the 5 types of commands we have in DDL? Create, alter, drop, rename, and truncate. What does create do? This command is used in DDL for creating new database and new tables. Alter modifies the existing structure of a database or table. Alter means, for example, you are creating a table. That table contains some columns. If you want to add additional column, that is, you are altering the structure by adding one more column. That is the purpose of using alter command in DDL. Drop deletes a database or a table. So we can delete unwanted database or unwanted table from database. Rename. It is used to rename an existing object in database. It can be a table or a database. Rename means to change the name. Truncate. Used to delete all table records. See, there is a big difference between drop and truncate. Truncate will delete only the table records, whereas drop will delete records as well as it can delete even the structure of the table. Are you able to follow? Truncate will delete, for example, if a table contains 5 records, it can truncate all the records and make the table blank. But still the structure of the table exists. Whereas drop is just quite opposite to truncate. It will delete all the records plus the structure of the table. Now these are the syntax for create, alter, drop, rename, truncate. Of course, for drop, rename, and truncate, nothing is being specified in your book. Have a note down. Just I'll explain you in your PHP MyAdmin, don't worry. For create table, the command is like this. It should start with a keyword name called create, then table, table name, open the bracket, column 1, data type, comma, column 2, data type, comma, column 3, data type. Close your bracket. Once you finish creating a new table, you have to give semicolon. Clear? Alter. Alter is a keyword followed by a table, name of the table, add column, column name, data type. See, alter command can modify the structure of a table. What is the structure? Suppose if a table contains 5 columns already, you are going to add the 6th column. Yes, you can add the 6th column by using alter command. Drop, a command which is used to delete the entire table with its records and its structure. So the syntax goes like this: drop space table space name of the table semicolon. Rename, to change the name of a table, we can use it. Rename table name to new table name. Truncate, there is a difference between drop and truncate. I said you, truncate can delete all the records, but it will not delete the structure. Whereas drop deletes all the records plus the structure. Truncate syntax: truncate space table space name of the table semicolon. The next language is DML. It stands for data manipulation language. See why they use DML language. Mostly in SQL, DML is used for what purpose? For manipulation of data present in database. Manipulation means doing some process or doing some operations on the data present in the database. What are the 3 commands which are used in data manipulation language? Insert, update, and delete. Insert, update, and delete. These are the 3 commands used in data manipulation language. What does insert do? It adds new rows into the database table. What does update do? Modifies existing data with new data within a table. What does delete do? Deletes the records from the table. So by the name insert, we can understand we can add new rows to the tables. Update, we can update the records in a table. Delete, we can delete a particular record from the table. So for insert, this is the syntax. Insert into table name values. Within bracket, suppose if a table contains only 3 columns, then we have to type the 3 values. All the values what you type must be separated by comma. Once you finish typing the values, close your bracket, put semicolon. Update. Suppose you want to update any value in a table, you should start with the keyword name called update, table name, set that column name with a new value, where column 2 equal to value 2. For which particular column you want to change, which value you want to change, you have to specify both the columns. For which column value you want to change. Your set will arrange the new value for column 1 by identifying with column 2. Okay, I'll show you in the screen, don't worry. Delete is a command used to delete a particular record from a database. So delete command starts with a keyword name called delete, followed by from table name, where column name equal to value. If you specify a particular column as the value, from the table, that column name and the value will be deleted. Are you clear? Right? Data query language. One of the most simplest in SQL, because this language uses only one particular command called select. What does this command do? This command is used to fetch or retrieve the data from database tables. To get back the data from database table, we can use DQL command. We say data query language command. So what does select do here? Retrieves the data from the table. Transaction control language. Of course, these languages are used in SQL for permanent changes. What you make in database must be saved in databases. To make that changes, we use your transaction control language. This language contains 4 commands with it: commit, rollback, set transaction, save point. Okay, wow. So these are the 4 commands related with transaction control language. Clear? Set transaction, commit, rollback, save point. Why they use DCL commands in SQL? It helps to save the changes into database permanently. Whatever changes you make, that changes must be saved permanently to database by using what language commands? Transaction control language commands in SQL. What does commit do? Saves data permanently into database. Rollback restores database to the original from since last commit. Before you make any changes, for example, there are 2 changes you are going to do. Which change you want to permanently save in database? We can use that process by using rollback. Set transaction command sets the transaction properties such as read, write, or read only access. Save point used to temporarily save a transaction. This save point is going to help you the rollback to which transaction you want to save permanently. Transaction number 1 or transaction number 2. Suppose if there are 2 transactions going to take place, you are saving your transaction 1 by the name T1, transaction 2 by T2. After this, your rollback command will be just asking the user whether you want to save the transaction T1 permanently in database or you want to serve transaction T2 permanently in your database. Then DCL, data control language. Normally, this language commands are used in SQL for only for security purpose. For security of your objects in databases like table, view, stored procedures, we use your data control languages. There is only 2 language commands in DCL: grant, revoke. Of course, grant and revoke are the special permissions provided by the root user of MySQL. He will be called as administrator. We call as a database administrator. He gives the permission for grant and revoke. Grant, giving permission to access some databases and tables. Revoke is just quite opposite to grant. The permissions which are being granted is being revoked by using what command? Revoke. So only they say grant is used to give permission to the specific user. Revoke is used to take out permission for the specific user. Right? Now we are going to learn how to create new database. To create new database, you can use the command create database followed by database name. This command will create a new database. See, database is a place where we store all our data. The first step in designing database is to create database. So database is created. Show database will show the database what you have created. Drop database. This command is used to drop the database what you create. I am repeating one more time. Database must be created first because it's a place where we are going to store all our data in the form of tables. So first step is to create database, then create tables. Right? Use database. The database what you have created, you have to use that. To use the database, use the command use followed by database name. Create. One of the basic SQL commands. We can create table, we can create new databases. Here I have given how to create a new table. Already the syntax has been discussed in your DDL. In your have a look. Create table, table name, column 1, data type, column 2, data type, column 3, data type. So I'm going to match the syntax. First by create keyword, then by table keyword, then table name. What's the first column name? Employee number. Data type, int. Sir, why you are saying int here? You all know employee number will be numeric. So I'm saying it's Data type as int. Int means values without any floating point number. Int of 10. Maximum number of numbers the employee number can have up to 10. EMP name is the second column name. Its data type is varchar. That is, employee name is going to contain only characters. So we say as varchar. What's the maximum size of EMP name? 30 characters. EH is my third column name. Definitely EH data type will be integer because age will be numeric. So int of 4. Insert records. So once you create table, we have to insert records inside the table by using insert command. So insert into table name values. How many values you are going to insert? That should be given within brackets. Insert into name of the table values. Values must be given within brackets. It depends upon how many values you insert. Suppose if you insert only 2 values, you can give the first value and second value, then close the bracket and put semicolon. Clear? Here a small example is given. Insert into studentDB. It's the name of the table. Values Krishna, comma, S, comma 10. Some values are being inserted. How many values are inserted? 3 values are inserted here. Then select record. See, DQL, that is your data query language. We use only one command. Select. What's the purpose of this command? This command is used to retrieve records from tables. This command is used to retrieve records from the table, right? Then you can select one or more columns and we can retrieve the data. For example, here I've used my select command by using 2 column names. First name, column 1 indicating first name, column 2 indicating your age. It's stating that we can even retrieve multiple records from table by using select command. Suppose if you use star here, what is the meaning of a star here? Star implies all the columns from the table name, all the call. So star is called the while character. This while character indicates please retrieve all the columns from the table name what user is specifying. Okay, then delete. This command is used to delete a particular record from the table. This command is used to delete a particular record from a table. So I'm going to delete from the table name where first name equal to money. Suppose if there is a person named money in the table, he will be removed from that table. Update. Suppose if a table studentDB contains age of Krishna as 10, now it has been replaced with 13. So update studentDB is the name of the table. Set is a keyword. Age equal to 13. Already the age of Krishna in studentDB table is 13. Sorry, 10. I'm going to replace that 10 by 13. So a question is put. Update table name. Set column 1 equal to new value where column 2 equal to value 2. So please collect the record what is specified after your where class. You'll be learning your where class very soon. Okay, where classes are used in your select statement. Okay, based on criteria condition, the records will be delivered. Now I'm just putting a criteria condition. Please select first name equal to Krishna. So this first name Krishna, this particular student in that table, his age will be updated from 10 to 13, right? So we'll learn all these commands right now in your PHP MyAdmin, one of your administrative tool for MySQL. So first I'll show you how to start XAMPP, right? This is your XAMPP control panel window. How to open this window? Very simple. Click your start, go to all programs, choose XAMPP. From XAMPP, choose control panel. If you choose control panel from here, we can see this window coming on the screen. Okay, wow. In this window, you have to start your Apache server. Then you have to start your MySQL database. Clear? Or you follow what I'm saying? You have to start your Apache server and you have to start your MySQL. Then, of course, you know how to open your Google Chrome. Am I correct? This is your Google Chrome, one of your web browser. Last year you have studied your HTML, hypertext markup language. In hypertext markup language, you might have come across browser. Browser is one of the window which is used to surf information on internet. Now I'm going to use the browser to open my PHP MyAdmin administrative tool from the server Apache, which is the local web server in the mission. So what I have to do in the address bar, just type like this: localhost / PHP MyAdmin. Right? Where localhost stands for Apache server. PHP MyAdmin, it is an interface window for MySQL database. Localhost stands for Apache server. Your Apache server will be called by the name called localhost here. PHP MyAdmin is an administrative tool for MySQL database. We can say it's an interface window for MySQL database. Once you open your PHP MyAdmin window, it looks like this. We have a left pan and right pan. Left pan shows you the databases names. Right pan shows you some tabs like databases, SQL, status, user account, export, import, more, etc. Now I'm going to show you how to create new database first. So to create new database, please go to the SQL tab, click over it. Now your SQL tab opens up. Okay, wow. In this SQL tab, just type the command create space database space B. So I'm going to create a database name called 11B. So create database, name of the database. Once you have specified the name of the database, just put semicolon. Scroll down your SQL page. At the right side of the window, we have a button name called Go. Just click over this Go. Right? Now a new database is created and that new database is called 11B. Right? Okay. Now select your database. Then see, the first step in designing database is to create database. So new database is created. The second step is to create tables. How to create tables here? You have to use the command create space table name. Create space table space table name. Table name can be anything. It's user's wish. Here I give student. Create space table name. Please refer your syntax because first time when you're looking, you will be very confused. So please refer your syntax. Write down the syntax in a paper. Please refer what I type, then only you can understand what I'm saying. Create space table name. Then what all the columns the table must have. Now I'm typing here student roll number, space student roll number space student roll number is the name of the column, that is name of the attribute in the table. This particular column is going to have what kind of value? Definitely you know student roll number will be in only in integer, that is in numeric. So type int in bracket what's the maximum numbers a student roll number can have. It can have up to 10 numbers. Clear? Comma student name space. Of course, name of the students will be in characters, correct? That is alphabets. So we have to use data type called varchar. What's the maximum length of a student name? It can have up to 30 characters. Comma. Then let me type age. It stands for student age, right? Space. Definitely age of student will be in numeric. Int of 2. Only 2 numbers are enough for it. So just give int of 2. So table name is student. How many columns the table student contain now? Totally 3 columns. Roll number, name of the student, age of the student. Once you have defined the column names, at last just give semicolon here. Scroll down and just click go button. Under your 11B database, we have created a table name called student. Clear? Right. Now, for me, I feel I have left a column. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? I left a column. That is, I feel one more column must be added to this table. So, what should I do here is just type alter space table space. What's the table name? Student. Alter space table space table name space add space column. I'm going to add one more column for the table name called student. That column will be like this. I think let me type as mark. Mark will be in integer. Totally how many characters? Sorry, totally how many digits? 3 digits. Semicolon. So alter is a command, one of your DDL command, which is going to alter the structure of the table student. Previously, table student contains only 3 columns. Now you are going to add the 4th column to the table. What's the 4th column name? Mark. Of course, you know mark will be of what type? It is of type integer. Just scroll down, just give go. Right? Now your table has been altered with one more column called mark. How to check this, sir? On the left side of your pan window, we have the student name, student table name. Click over it. Now we can see totally how many columns are created for this table name student. 4 columns. Roll number, name of the student, age of the student, mark of the student. ST roll number, ST name, SH mark. Clear? Right. Now I am going to show you how to insert. See, table structure is created. Still, that table does not contain any data. Only structure has been created by using create, and structure has been modified by using alter command. Now I am going to show you what is insert command. Okay. Insert into. Insert is a command which is used to insert the data inside your table. Okay, va? We can add new rows to the table. We can add new rows to the table. Insert into, what's the table name? Student space values. Open your bracket. Open your bracket. So I have to enter 4 values here. Roll number, student name, age of student, mark of student. So I am typing here 1001, comma 1001, comma. Of course, wherever varchar comes, you have to type that characters within single quotes like this. Put a single quotes, type here Ravi, put your single quotes, comma. Then age of Ravi, 15, comma. Mark of Ravi, 78. So I have entered all the data which is required for the first row. That is first record is being entered for the table. Once you feel it is okay, just give semicolon here. Just click go. Now the value is being inserted to the table. Can you check that? Yes. On the left pane of your window, we have the table name called student. Have a click over it. Right. Now the new record is being inserted to the table. What's the roll number? 1001. What's the name of the student? Ravi. What's the age? 15. What's the mark? 78. Sir, I want to add one more row. Yes, you can add. Use the same insert space into table name student space values. Open the bracket. 1002, comma, within single quotes, I give Mohan. Right? Then, comma, is age 16, comma, is mark 90. Can I add multiple values in the same insert command? Yes, just put comma here. Open your bracket. Try to enter one more record, 11003. Comma within single quotes, I type here Kumar, name of student, single quotes must be used for varchar option, comma is age 15, comma is mark 80. Put semicolon, then click go. So two more rows has been added. How to check it? Just on the left pane of your window, your database name will be there. Under your database, what's the table you have created? Student, click over it. We can see now there are totally 3 students record added to the table name called student. 1001, Ravi, his age and his mark. 1002 is the roll number of the second student, his name, his age and his mark. 1003 is the roll number of the third student, his name is Kumar, his age and his mark. This I have done by using what command? Insert command. Okay, wow. Now I am going to teach you what is update. Clear? So listen. So this insert is one of your DML command, data manipulation language command. And of course, update is also one of the data manipulation command. So first type the keyword update space table name. Of course, it is student. Set update table name space set yes age equal to 16. So before this, we will do one thing. Let me check out what's the age for Kumar. So age for Kumar is 15. So I have to change the age of Kumar from 15 to 16. And what's his roll number? 1003. Okay. Now go back to your SQL command window. Type update space table name student space set space that column name yes age. You know Kumar age is 15, so I'm changing to 16 here. Where is a class name which will be especially used in your select command as well as in your update commands. Where class is used to specify the selection criteria based on retrieved data. So whatever data you're going to retrieve, you can just specify by using your where class. Okay, which can be modified and retrieved as per the query you give. Where student roll number, ST roll number equal to Of course, you know what's the roll number of Kumar. It is 1003. So, student roll number 1003 already contains the age 15. I'm going to update that age from 15 to 16. That is Kumar's age. Kumar is the third student in that table. I'm going to update his age from 15 to 16 by using your where class and stating the condition where roll number is equal to 1003. So it has been updated. How to check it, sir? Click your student now. Go and see. Previously, the Kumar age was 15. Now the age has been changed to 16. This is the purpose of using your update command. Then the next command is delete. I want to delete a particular record from the table. Can I delete it? Yes, you can delete. How will you delete a particular record from the table? Now, how many records the table student contain? 3 records. I am going to delete one of the record from here. Go to SQL, type here, delete space from. What's the table name? Student. Space. Delete from student where student roll number equal to 1003. Who is 1003? Of course, you know he is Kumar. I'm going to delete Kumar from the table student. So deleting a particular record from the table is possible by using your delete command. After typing this, delete from table name where student roll number equal to 1003, just go and click go. So it is just putting a query to you on the screen. Do you really want to execute this query and delete student roll number 1003 from the table? Just give OK here. So the particular student has been deleted from the table. Check this. Now there is no Kumar record in the table name called student. Kumar record has been removed from the table. Are you clear? Are you able to follow? So insert, update, delete. 3 data manipulation language commands are finished. I have said you about create and alter. Now let me show you what is rename. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? What is rename? Renaming means changing the name of the table. So rename space table space table name. What's the table name I'm using here? Student. Rename space table space student, name of the table, to new table name. I'm typing here as STUD. Okay, va? Stud. This I'm changing the name of the table student to STUD. Okay, va? Hereafter, we cannot call the table with the name student. We have to call the name of the table as stud. Then click go here. Table is been renamed. Okay, va? Now what we can do is we can check. Now I'm giving here select space star from student. Select is one of your data query language. Of course, star is called the while character. It indicates please select all the columns from the table name student. Click go here. We'll raise an error. It states you there is no table name called student in 11b because we have renamed the table student to stud. Now just change the name here from student to stud. Now it will not raise your error. It will show you the records. Are you clear? This is the way to rename. It's an option used to rename the existing database or a table. Then we have a command called truncate. See, truncate, if I'm going to use truncate, you should be very clear. It may clear all the records from the table. It may clear all the records from my table. So, what's a command name? What's the syntax for using truncate? Truncate space table space stud. That's the name of the table because I have rechanged the name from student to stud. So truncate table name. So just give go. It is just raising a query to you. Localhost is raising a query. Do you want to really truncate the table student? Because all the records in that table will be permanently deleted. Just give OK. So table has been truncated. Now, if you go and select like this by using a select command, select space star space from stud. Table exists, but the data in the table does not exist. So data has been completely removed from the table, but structure still remains. Can we even remove the structure? Yes, by using what command? Drop. Very good. DROP, drop space table space table name stud. Now truncate will not delete the structure, whereas drop deletes the content as well as the structure of the table. Do you really want to execute? Yes. Okay. So no more structure for this table. The entire structure of the table is being removed. So once you drop, even the table name goes off from the database called 11b. Are you able to see? Previously, it was showing you the name of the table. Now, there is no table name under your 11b database. The only table present under your 11b database is being completely removed. Clear? Right? Let me create a new table here. Create table employee. Create table employee. Employee number will be in integer. The maximum employee number is up to five digits, comma, EMP name. EMP name, varchar. Varchar, because you know employee name will be in character, varchar of what's the maximum characters? 30, comma, E salary. E salary, definitely it is a numeric value, so int of 5. The maximum digits in E salary is up to 5. Close your bracket, put your semicolon. I'm going to create a new table called employee. These are the 3 columns inside the employee table: employee number, employee name, and employee salary. Now just go scroll down to the bottom of the page of your SQL tab. Just click go. A new table employee is being created under the database name called 11b. Clear? Right. Now we need to insert, because table structure is created but the table is empty. Insert into table name employee space insert into table name employee space values. Open your bracket. How many columns employee contain? Totally 3 columns. What are they? Employee number, employee name, employee salary. So employee number, I typing here 8501, comma, employee name. It is in varchar, so you should use your single quotes. Within single quotes, I type Ganesh. Then, comma, his salary 7,500. comma. One more record can be added. So I'm adding here 8502, comma. Within single quotes, I type Hari, comma. His salary is 8,500, comma. Let me add one more record. 8503. 02 is over, 03 now. 8503, comma. Within single quotes, I'm typing here as Babu, right? Comma. His salary is around 9,500. So I'm going to insert 3 records inside the table employee. First employee, second employee, third employee. Once you're finishing typing all the values for the table employee, please at the end put your semicolon. Just go down to the SQL page and just click go. So we have inserted 3 employee records inside the table employee. We have inserted 3 employee records inside the table name called employee. How to fetch that record, sir? Using your select command. Select space star from space employee. See, select is one of your data query language. What does star mean by here? It's a wild character which indicates please select all the columns from the table name employee. At present, the table employee contains how many columns? 3 columns. Just click go. So it is able to show you all the 3 columns. Sir, I want to show only particular columns. Then type like this. I need only employee number and employee name. I do not want employee salary. So select command can select multiple columns with the names from the table name. Just click go now. Now it is able to show you only 2 columns. One is employee number and one is employee name. Right? Okay. Now go back to your query box. Here, just I'm going to teach you what is commit, what is rollback, what is transaction, what is save point. Are you able to understand? Are you able to follow what I'm saying? We are going to see 3 topics here. What is commit? What is rollback? What is transaction? And what is save point? What's the table name we have created? The table name what we have created is employee. Okay, employee is the table name what we have created. So we have to use that and do the process. Now select your table employee. First we will check what all the data we have in employee. We have employee number, we have employee name, we have employee salary. Okay, va? Now I am going to start my process. What all the process I am going to do in this table, I will show you in the SQL page. Right? Start transaction. Start transaction. Semicolon. Sir, we can use set or actually we should use the word start transaction in MySQL. So I am using start transaction here. Then I am going to use my update command. Update space. What's the table name here? Employee. Update space table name. Set space. We have a column name called employee salary. So I use e-salary. Employee salary equal to e-salary plus 1000. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Already in the employee table, all the 3 employees are having a salary. With that salary, I'm going to add 1000 rupees to them. Then use this command called commit from transaction control language. This command is used to save changes permanently to database. See, 11b is the database name. Employee is the table name. Already the employee table contains 3 records. In that 3 records, we have employee salary for all the employees. It is already filled with values. I'm going to add 1000 to all the employee salaries. If I'm going to add, they are going to get a new salary for them. Once I update this, I just give commit. What does commit do? Please make these changes permanently in your database. Now go and click go. 3 rows affected. How to check it, sir? Go to employee now. Previously, Ganesh salary was 7,500. Now it has changed to 8,500. Hari's salary was 8,500. Has changed to 9,500. Babu's salary was 9,500. Has changed to 10,500. Are you clear? So what does commit do in your transaction control language? Commit is used to do permanent changes to your database. Permanent changes to your database. Right? Let me go for one more thing here. Let us start our transaction one more time. Start space transaction. Start space transaction semicolon. Press enter. Now update space update space employee. Update space employee. Set. Set is a keyword. Set e-salary. Set e-salary equal to e-salary plus 1000. Then there's a command name called save point. What does save point do? It is used to store temporarily the transaction with a name. So I'm going to use save point. Save point. Save point space. Save point name is S1. Right? Then I'm going to use one more update here. Update space employee space set space e salary equal to e salary e salary minus 1000. Then save point S2. See, there are 2 transactions done for the table employee. One transaction states salary will be incremented by 1000. That means already that table, for example, the first employee contains some salary there, 8,500. It is going to add 1000. So it changed to 9,500. That is saved in the transaction S1. There is one more updation here. Please update the same table employee and reduce the salary. Now I have increased from 8,500 to 9,500. Minus 1000 will get back to the same value 8,500. So there will be a confusion for you. So I'll do one thing. I just give 500 here. Right? Then press enter. Now type rollback. Rollback to S2. Okay, roll back to S2. So what will happen is, at last what changes has been done, that changes is being saved in your employee table and saved in the database. Now just give commit. COMMIT. Remember, I am doing here 2 updations for the table name employee. First updation, increasing the salary. Second updation is decreasing the salary. Suppose if first employee got the salary around some 8,500, is going to increase by 1000, so it becomes 9,500. 9,500 minus 500 should come as 9,000. Let us check here. transaction has been done. Let us go and check your table. Now the answer is correct. 8,500 plus 1,000 will change to 9,500. First updation. Second updation, change from 9,500 minus 500 will change to 9,000. See, there are two updations. One updation stating you to increment, that is saved. Next updation is to decrement the value of your salary to 500. So what is the last transaction I have done? I have decremented. That transaction is saved in your table. Previously, Ganesh was getting 8,500. When I added 1,000, it has changed to 9,500. First transaction. Second transaction, I said you minus 500. So 9,500 minus 500 is this 9,000. So two transactions take place. In the two transactions, what is the last transaction? Subtracting the employee salary. That transaction must be saved permanently in your database. That is done by using your rollback. Rollback restores database to a original form since the last commit. Before you give commit means permanent changes. Before I do the permanent changes, to which stage you want to go? Either to stage S1 or to the stage S2. I said, please go to stage S2, then commit. Go to the S2 stage of subtracting the employee salary, then save the data permanently into the table. Clear? Right. Now, your last topic, data control language. We have two commands here. One is grant and one is revoke. Of course, grant and revoke can be given only by the administrators. I'll just show you an option here. These are the users in this MySQL database. Now I'm going to create a new user here. Let me type SDA. Username is SDA. I'm going to create this username SDA at localhost. Localhost refers to the current server, Apache server name. Password, you can type anything. I'm typing a 54321. Then retype your password 54321. Then what all the permissions you're going to give for the new user SDA, I'm going to give. He can select, he can insert, he can update, he can delete. Okay, he can create and he can alter. These are the commands which are given, or you just create and alter. Just this for one first. Select, insert, update, delete. The new user created is SDA, is the new username, and that new user has got the permission to select, insert, and update. Just go down to the screen and just give go here. Right now you can see a new user is created and is been granted the permission to select, insert, update, and delete. Clear? Now, if I remove, for example, the new user cannot update anything, the new user cannot delete anything. He can select and he can insert. Now just give go. Now there are some revoke options given. Previously, he is allowed to delete, he is allowed to update. Now he can only select and insert. So these are the grant and revoke. What does grant do? It is used to give permissions to the specific user. What does revoke do? It is used to take out permission for the specific user. Both this grant and revoke is not permitted by the ordinary users. Grant and revoke can be permitted by the root user, who is the database administrator of your MySQL. Clear? Right? So we have finished all the topics for this today's video session. We'll meet in the next video session. Please go through the commands in your home once or twice and learn the syntax. Syntax is very, very important. Thank you for observing this video session. We'll meet in the next video session. Thank you.